Hello, Nowish here. Why the fuck did I stop dancing? God damn it. Bringing you an exclusive, most amazing Windwalker guide there is. Nah, but I've had a lot of people asking me to make this guide actually. A lot of random people whispering me like how do I do my opener, how do I maintain like the Windwalker rotation and yada yada. So I thought I would let's make this now in time for Foundry so that people can get their rotation right, the priorities right, and hopefully do a bit better come normal and heroics. Foundry, that is. So we will start with the single target rotation, and then smoothly, very smoothly, go over to the multi-target and AoE rotations. So first of all, okay, let's take a look at the talents. I roll with Tiger's Lust because I like speed. I don't know. It's a personal preference what first tier talent you take. I like the speed. It's like a sprint. So that's pretty cool. Then the only thing that actually deals damage is She Wave because the other things are just, I don't know. The fuck they've done with the game. It's broken. For single targets you will most likely, and I'd say like 99% sure, in every fight that's single target you want to use She Brew. Gives you more control over your She, gives you more initial bursts on the pull with all the guns up and all that good stuff. 6 talents, doesn't really matter. Stun mostly for every fight, so either charging Ox Wave or Leg Sweep. Leg Sweep is longer and better stun, so I usually roll with that one. Oh, FPS drops. Most fights has usually some like magic damage or magic mechanic that can one-shot you or just deal a lot of damage. In which case diffuse magic is really good because it reduces damage by 90%. It can even be used to clear debuffs, like the spell debuffs. I don't know if there's any debuffs in this tier that you can't dispel but you can remove with diffuse magic. I don't think so. I remember in Throne of Thunder you could remove the Derm Fixate thingy by using diffuse magic. Yeah, doesn't matter anyway. On another fight where it's no magic damage that you need to worry about, and like Butcher for instance. Butcher you want to use dampening harm for the cleaves, because diffuse magic doesn't really do anything. You could like you can argue that you might want Elixir for that one, but it's 15% of the health is close to nothing, and you would probably mitigate more health by using dampening harm than the heal you actually get from Elixir. Yeah. Single target as well. Xun, Pro Tigger, very good. Deals a lot of damage compared to the other two. I don't know. She Explosion, She Explosion, She Torpedo. It's more AoE talent, but it's pretty shit anyway. Russian Yedwin is still AoE talent, so yeah, I would never use it as a single target. What the fuck? Single target as well for the 100 talents. I would like them to buff Hurricane Strike, because Hurricane Strike is so fun to play with, I feel. I don't like either. I like She Explosion actually, because it's a bit chill. Like if you don't want to bother maintaining Serenity or bothering like, if you don't like the playstyle with Serenity, like you spam the books, I could actually say that you would do just fine with She Explosion, to be honest. You will deal less DPS on single target than with Serenity, but it's not by a large amount, and at least with all the gear you have now in from Heimal, where you have so much haste, She Explosion is not really that shit for single target. It's okay. It's a couple Ks below Serenity DPS, but if you feel like, I guess it's a bit more to maintain with She Explosion though, because you want to use like, I'll go into that later. But if you use She Explosion on single target, you mostly want to use She Explosion with 3 She and not 4 or 2, because 3 She you gain the extra target cyber charge, but with 4 you only really get like some more damage to the dot and the AoE or cleave, and that's not really needed on single target. But anyway, if pure single target for max DPS, I would go Serenity. Yeah. And most of these talents, why am I lagging? I have no clue what the fuck's going on. Jesus Christ, FPS drops. Anyway, these glyphs, I pretty much use these glyphs for like every fight. It's the floating butterfly shit, which makes you be able to Fist of Fury and move around with it. Send med, so you can send med and just move. And the Touch of Karma, so you can use Touch of Karma even if you're not in melee range. Although I would probably use Touch of Death instead of send med for fights where there's no ads. It's only like one target you are attacking, and you will only be able to use one Touch of Death regardless, because you save 3 Shi, which can be used on something else. I don't know, the rest on kick or target swap on, whatever. Yeah, so that's that. Is it like settled? Okay. So I can quickly just go through like stats you want to go with. For pure single target, at this moment, at least my character, which is 684 item level, seems that's for secondaries. Obviously agility is the best, weapon damage and stuff is a lot of damage as well. But multi-strike is my best stat, followed by haste, followed by crit, followed by versatility. You really need to sim for yourself to be 100% sure what kind of stat weight you have, because it changed a lot. But the stat weights are real close to each other. I think my multi-strike is like 0.46, my haste is 0.44, and my crit is like 0.43 or something. Like they're really close, so it doesn't matter that much. The only really dog shit stat is mastery, because it's, I don't know, honor mastery. RNG is a piece of shit. Yeah. If you can, I would suggest that you get the coin. I cannot do that right now. Okay. I might be in combat. But yeah, I would go with coin and Scale of Doom for most of Foundry. Like the trinkets are really decent in Foundry, and there's a lot of more multi-strike gear from Foundry. But until you reach like Mythic Foundry level, I would still suggest that you go with the coin and the Scales of Doom. Enchants, multi-strike, of course, and weapon enchants. There's been a lot of like different sims and different topics on this. Like what kind of weapon enchant should you have? Should you have double Frostwolf? That's the master one, multi-strike one. Or should you have one multi-strike, one crit one, or double crit, or double haste, or blah blah blah. I found that Warsong, which is the haste one, and Frostwolf, like those two combined, gives like the best overall performance increase. Like haste is not bad for single target, but it doesn't really synergize well with Serenity, because you usually overcap in energy, and the whole spec is like about you want to deal as much damage in the Fist of Furies and the Serenities as you can. But like it's still good. Haste is not bad for single target, and haste is really good for cleave and AoE. So if you don't want to like swap enchants all the time and doesn't really care about some 100 DPS increases, I would just play with Warsong on one weapon and Frostwolf on the other. Arguably the recent buffs and nerfs to the weapons of monks means that the difference between two-hander and one-hander are not that great anymore. So if you manage to get a hand of a two-hander, I would suggest that you go for Frostwolf, which is the multi-strike enchant.
What's beyond your mind?
But I still feel that with unless the two-hander is higher item level or like Socketed or Warforged, at least the one-handers from Higher Mall are better than Detective Staff, for instance. Yeah. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Right. So, the opener. I don't know what's going on with this lag, but okay. So the single target opener. This is what I do. I stack to 5.
I can't cast that.
Full time is 3, 2, 1, go. Tiger bomb first. Jab. Book. Book. Spam a little bit. Pop Serenity. Spam as much Serenity as you can. Just before Tiger's palm falls off, you refresh it. Refresh it. Damn it. Yeah. Like when Serenity, as soon as Serenity drops off, you don't want to be energy capped anymore. Perfecto. So this is basically like the rotation you use. I could take it like slower again if you want, which you probably want, because I get so confused when I try to explain what the fuck I do. Like if people ask me in whispers like how do I do a proper single target Windwalker opener, I start like, okay, I Tiger Palm and Rasasanka Kiyab and Book and Fist Fury and like I get so lost in my own fucking words, I have no clue what the fuck I'm talking about. So I will just take it slower now, okay? You want to expel harm so that you reach 4 to 5 Shi. It might differ, like you won't be able to get 5 Shi every time if you don't like really tell the raid leader to do like a 30-second countdown or something.
I can't cast that yet.
But let's say that you get 5 anyway. On 1 second left you want to pot, pre-pot obviously. So 3, 2, 1, here comes the pre-pot. While running into Shi wave, you should want to pop your Tiger as well. Now it's on cooldown obviously, but yeah. So the first thing you do is run in, Shi wave. You can usually Shi wave then roll, or Shi wave, Shiva in a flying kick. Gives a bit more damage, but it's, I mean it's like no damage anyway. So when you reach the boss, you want to Tiger Palm first. So let's say you have 4, that means that you have 3 Shi left. So you Tiger Palm, you Rising Sun kick, you jab once, you book, you use your Shibru, book, Shibru, jab, and then book double. Then you should have at least 8 or 10 or whatever stacks of this goodie, Tiger Sabre. So you pop it, Fist of Fury. Should be at like, I don't know, 1 Shi, no Shi. You make sure that you still have the Tiger Palm, because it shouldn't have dropped off, because I'm doing this real slowly. You jab twice, so that you energy starve. Pop Serenity, rest Sun Kick again. Start jabbing, start booking as much as you can. Book. Remember to refresh these. When Serenity is over, just make sure that you book until you have 2 Shi left, if you're still energy capped. So you have 2 Shi and full energy, jab once, book again, jab, book. Let's continue like this, you know. Not to waste energy, because it's really good, really bad to waste energy after Serenity is over, because you will be a bit rage starved, energy starved. So that's kind of what I do in the opener. Like I've seen many people use Serenity as a Tiger Sabre builder. Like they pop it on the pull just to spam it so you can get the bruise faster. But it's really a waste, because you do so much damage with all the books. Like it should be like your highest. You see here, the highest damage should be Blackout K, then followed by Fist of Fury, then followed by attacks, like your normal white hit. That's how it should look, like the breakdown of the damage abilities. And then you just continue to keep the rotation. Like you want to, you don't want to overcap. You want to use Tiger Sabre with every Fist of Fury. The only time when you will Fist of Fury without having Tiger Sabre on, like the damage shit, is if you have below 5 stacks of it. otherwise, if you have like 6, you wait and just try and stack it up as fast as possible. Like if you have energizing brews, you get more energy or something. Because Fist of Fury is like, it's the best damage ability we have at the moment. And if it's below 5, you will have it up again. It's only 25 seconds cooldown, so you will have it up again when you have enough brews. And it doesn't hurt to save the brews. You can stack up to 20 brews and you only use 10 every time you use it, so there's no real point in just using it as fast as possible, because you want to time it and use it together with something else. Like if the fight duration is low, like short, like Butcher, and you, like for instance on this with this trinket, if you only can use 2 trinkets in the whole during the whole fight, like on the pull, then again you want to time like the second Serenity with the second coin. If you will be able to use 3 Serenities, for instance, you want to just use Serenity whenever. But in our rage for now, because everyone has so good gear, we kill the boss so fast, I don't get to use my 3rd Serenity. Which means that I just delay it by like 15-20 seconds, so that I have it up for... oh, it's even more. No, wait. It's like 15-20 seconds, something like that. So I have it up to for my 2nd coin. And since we don't really have an execute as Windwalker monks, we have Touch of Death, which is like... the only thing it scales with is our HP, so... before we touch a death, you usually want to just use 45 brew if you don't need it for defensive use, and hopefully if you can bribe some like warrior to use Rallying Cry as well when the boss drops at 10% or something. You want him to use it then, so you can just get a large chunk of extra damage from the touch of death. But oh, I lost my thread now. What was I about to say? Yeah. Your 2nd potion, you want to use it when you have like most of your shit up. Like if it's on Butcher, you want to use it with your 2nd Serenity and 2nd coin, and hopefully Scales of Doom is not a bitch and will actually proc when you want it to. So with that 2nd potion, you should deal so much damage, it will be insane. I think that's about it for single target, to be honest. Obviously on like I use this spec for Margok as well, Imperator, the last boss, cause I don't need to AoE, like that's not my job. I'm supposed to just nuke everything that's prioritized, like the ads and whatnot. And on that fight where you can touch a death, like everything, like you can touch a death every 2nd ad, the spawns, and it's really strong. Like to have, so if you have 2 monks like we do, you just rotate between these 2 to touch a death, the ads, makes the fight a lot easier. Yeah, but that's probably all I have to say about single target rotation. I can give you one more tip with single target, is that if you need to go away from the boss for some reason, just chuck a clone on it. Because even though you're not attacking something, the clone will still out attack, like you can see here. It's not a lot of damage, but it helps because it's like it's more than nothing, right? You can also Crackling Jade Lightning if you need to be away from the boss, and it will still out attack. So that's a MLG pro tip if you want. So next one is the cleave. How the fuck do we cleave, and what talents do we use, and blah blah. Right, cleave. So these talents is what I usually go for when I cleave, or any cleave like Twins, Ogre, and Tectus, etc, etc. You can argue that you might want to play with She-Brew because you get more control over your She and the Tiger Saber stacks, and you get more initial burst on the pull. But I think Ascension a little bit more DPS, like throughout the fight. So this is what I go. Like you can play with She-Brew and do just fine. Your playstyle will have a bigger impact on your DPS than the difference between these talents. And then of course She Explosion for the overpowered 4 clone cleave. Same talents, almost same talents, same cleaves, same deal here. For the stats, you want what's different in stat weights from single target and the AoE is that haste value gets greatly increased. I think it's almost on 3 or 4 targets, it's almost double as multi-strike. So if you're looking for like heavy cleave build, you really want a lot of haste, which I have like a ton of fucking haste. This is insane. Cause yeah, you know, more haste equals more energy equals more jabs, and then more she, and blah blah blah. Yeah, so I would go haste, then multi-strike crit for like cleave stats, with haste being so much higher value than everything else. Mastery still is shit. It's a bit hard to show you exactly how to play properly with the clone and everything on the dummy, so I'm just gonna show you and comment my like this week's Twin Ogre kill. I probably did some mistakes in there, but the basic and essential concept is still there. So I'll just swap to the video like here. So here do we see the VOD from my stream, where we kill this week's Twin Ogre, and full term is all gone, so we'll just check here. I didn't manage to stack entire sheet because I was a bit slack and AFK or something, but this is how it goes anyway. Pre-pot, put him a clone. So I have a popped energizing brew together with Blalas, just to be able to spam jab a lot. So as long as they're together, I just keep spamming she explosions and use my Fist of Furies to cleave off. Now when they get separated, you want to hold on to target server stacks. If you get them, like, I don't know what I just did there. Channel. Oh yeah, cracking a lightning. You want to just build up more target server stacks, get a lot of sheets so that you can unleash everything when they get back together. It's very important to keep track of where your clone is, so that you don't actually use a lot of spells when it's out of range of the other guy, so that you get benefit from everything on both targets. Since the Fist of Fury from your clone will not work as your, so like if you have the glyph, you can move around while Fist of Furying, but your clone won't be able to. So it's important to keep track and only use Fist of Fury when the bosses are static and staying still. And like if you need to move or whatever, like just take it easy with your target server stacks. Unless you like are about to cap on them to get 20, there's no real reason to just pop them randomly. You want to just as much as on single targets, you want to try and combine them with something else. Either use them when you have Fist of Fury, or when you have a lot of She, or when you can have energizing brew, or anything else. Like you want to use them when you can do a lot of damage within the time you have it up. Although with She Explosion you have a very high uptime on it anyway. But yeah, you see here, like I do Fist of Fury, even though they're separated, it's because it will take too long to wait for them to get stacked again, and in that time you can like the secondary damage is good, but it's not as good so that you should wait more than maybe 5 seconds tops to like you don't want to delay Fist of Fury more than 5 seconds, I feel. At least that's what I'm doing. This try is not very good because I forgot to change the trinket to the coin as well, so my damage could have been better, but yeah, I even exploded there on the raid a bit. It's nothing more to it, to be honest. Like you just want to do She Explosion when they're close to each other. You don't want to do anything, use anything when they're separated, unless they are separated for a long time. It's like just managing the She, managing the energy, making sure that you try and have as much uptime on double she explosions as you can, with the clone being alive as well. In this fight in particular, the clone tend to die from time to time. I'm not really sure why, but that's what happens. But yeah, there's not anything more I can really say, I think. I even forgot to change to the Touch of Death glyph, which I should have used here. I think I didn't swap to it at least. But other than that, you want to keep Tiger's Palm on, you want to keep Rising Sun Kick on, you want to, like if you get a combo breaker proc, which means that you refund 2 She if you use She Explosion, you want to use the She Explosion even though you don't have Rising Sun Kick on the target, because if you use She Explosion you can right away after use Rising Sun Kick, while you can't do the other thing, like the other way around. You can't do Rising Sun Kick and then She Explosion because you only have 2 She and to jab, and most of the cases you won't have energy to jab right away, so it's just nets a DPS loss because you want to use as many She Explosions as possible. The Rising Sun Kick debuff is only 10%, so yeah. Alright, so we're back in the garrison again. One thing I actually kind of forgot to mention, but I thought it was like given if you play a Windwalker and you're not completely clueless. We have this Storm, Earth and Fire spell that clones yourself. That's our entire cleave is built around this this ability. So when you clone yourself to another target, your damage and the clone's target's damage gets reduced, but combined it will be greater than what you deal on a single target, or well, what you deal yourself, pretty much. And the clone copies your spells, so if you have a clone up on, let's say this tank in them, okay, the clone is up on there, and you use jab here, the clone will use jab. If you use 4 she explosion, it will do the same, so you will have like double dots, and same if you have 3 targets, you'll have triple dots, etc. That's why the Monk Cleave is so strong. So what you want to maintain, you probably want to make like a mouse over macro like I have. So you mouse over the target and click on the button, and you can just easy get your clone there. You probably want like a cancel over macro as well, because when you have a clone up, you get a buff. So you can easily just have another macro that cancel R's it, so you can keep track and manage your clones. Like the biggest thing with Cleave on the Windwalker monks is that you manage the clones. Make sure that you don't use like abilities when they're away from the target, because they don't really move that fast, and sometimes bosses just sprint away when tanks move them. So you want to make sure that you wait until the clone catch up to it before you use like Fist of Fury and such. But anyway, like on the only thing left we have to talk about is pure AoE, like Last Phase on Tectus. It's basically the same as a normal cleave, but you want to weave in spinning crane kick if it's more than 3 targets. I would say, yeah, if it's more than 3 targets, you want to use it, but not as frequent. You want to weave it in like maybe every third, like jab, you do a spinning crane kick instead. If you have high target cyber stacks already. That's because on like 5 or more targets, you want to use as many spinning crane kicks as possible, because it deals a lot of damage if you have 2 clones up. And if you have a lot of excessive energy that you need to spend, instead of wasting them, or not really wasting, but instead of using them on jab when you already have that many target cyber stacks, you can use them on spinning crane kick instead, because spinning crane kick gives 1 She, but deals a lot more damage than a jab would do, because jab is only single target and it don't really damage that much. So you still want to maintain Tiger Palm, you still want to maintain Rusty Sun Kick as much as possible, keeping in mind what I said before about the combo breaker refund She thingy. So yeah, basically spam away She explosions, keeping spinning crane kick up. I'm not gonna show you here, but if you want, you can find my I'll put a link to it in the description below. You can just go to my Twitch channel, check the VODs. You can check for each boss. Each boss. Like if you want to see something like what I do on certain fights, maybe Tectus. You can find I have a lot of VODs there, both heroic and mythic. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I really have anything else to add. No special tricks that I can think of right now. I just want to also say that Black Rock Foundry progression is around the corner, so I won't be streaming until it's over. It'll probably take like 2-3 weeks. But when it's over, I will probably, whenever I can, do like boss specific guides for Windwalker. If I end up like actually playing Windwalker, because at the moment it looks like I will be playing my warrior again. So I will be making some warrior guides as well off the Foundry, if you're interested in that as well. But yeah, boss to boss basic guides, because this feels like it's just a more general guide.
Relax.
I hope it actually helps someone, and that my mumbling and rambling hasn't been too confusing. I know that I can confuse myself sometimes, but if you have any further like questions, or just wonder about something, I just want to say something nice, I don't know, or something mean, feel free to comment and like, unlike, whatever. Subscribe to the channel if you want to like keep up to speed with more videos that I do. Feel free to also follow my Twitch channel if you want to come by sometime when I stream, and just keep me company in the boring farm raids. I would appreciate it a lot. And I don't know. I don't really know how to close this video, but have a good time until next time, and yeah.